Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 3, season 2 of the Gaffas Gaff. Tonight we are going to be discussing our predictions for the forthcoming Premier League and where we think people will end up, who's going to win it, who's going to be mid-table as usual, who's going down, and who's going to just narrowly miss out with squeaky bum time. As per usual, we have to my left, as I look at the screen, we've got the original gaffer over there, David Ray. Good evening, Dave. How are you tonight?
Yes, I'm good. I'm looking forward to this. I feel that we might upset some people, we might flatter some people. And you know what? And that's great. People in the comments, let us know. If you think that we're all a bunch of idiots, let us know. If you think we're geniuses, let us know. If you think that Marcus has got a very poor choice in clothing, let us know. But yeah, feel good, mate. Feel good.
If you think Marcus is zoomed in tonight, let us know.
Good evening, Andy. Oh, big shout out, by the way. Me and Andy got a wrestling show coming up soon. Little spoiler alert. Good evening to the main man, Andy.
Anyway, and also introduced to me on my right, which is over there somewhere. No, that way.
I mean,
we've got the Irish gaffer from across the sea. It's our Marcus. How are you this evening, Marcus?
Not too bad, Martin, and yourself.
I'm all right. I'm good, mate. I'm good.
And Dave, did you see wrestling or did you and Andy get arrested?
What's that?
Did you see wrestling or did you get arrested?
No, we're doing wrestling, and it will be that.
It sounded like arrested. It sounded like arrested. Sorry, so.
Yeah. They're probably going to get arrested.
Last week's show, lads, was very emotional. This tonight's show, looking forward to Larger Bean. I love this. Let's go.
Let me pour taste in clothing you've got there, Pally Marcus. Andy Sheba, knock it off. I've seen your tops.
We've got
the intro video ready to go, Dave?
We've already played it, you wallet.
So, it threw me that music. It was different music. It was different music. Sorry.
It wasn't the same music.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. They had music this morning. Never mind. Anyway,
good start.
Without further ado, we shall begin. What team first team to begin with? It's a random. I believe this is random.
Yeah, guys.
In any order.
Most shows do Arsenal, Aston Villa, Brentford, etc., etc. I've put them in a randomizer tonight, so the teams that come out are completely random. I'm going to just swap me and Martin over because we don't want to cover his pretty face. First team, guys. Watford.
Watford, the newbies. Again, should I say. What we're thinking, Marcus? Where do you reckon Watford are going to go?
They're a bit of a yo-yo team of recent years. I know the first season they were in the Premier League, they went straight down. Second time they got investors, they own Udinese and Granada, Italy and Spain respectively. This season they've got a few astute signings. I think Gisco is still their manager. I obviously support Championship team, and they've got some very good players in that team. Someone to look out for this season, guys, is a player called João Pedro, a very good attacking player. I think Watford will stay up. They will be in a battle, but they'll stay up.
I'm just muting my mic for a second.
I think Watford will be in a battle, but they'll stay up. I think Watford will finish 16th.
You think Watford 16th?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say, like I say, with Watford. You don't know what you're going to get. I mean, the three teams that have come up, Watford, they're used to it. They're used to the Premier League. They know what it's all about. They know what to do. They're going to struggle. Of course, they're going to struggle. But I think since 2006, the teams that have come up, only twice of them teams that have come up, they've all stayed up. Only twice in about 15 and 16 season of all the three promoted teams stayed up. Watford, I reckon, I think you're going to be looking. What did you say, Marcus? 16th?
16th, yeah.
I reckon you're going to put them about, I'd go about 16th. I'd probably agree with you on that one.
I think they'll be the battle. I think they will be in the bottom three at some point in the season.
They're definitely going to be in a relegation battle, yeah.
But they'll get up, they'll stay up. They'll have enough to stay up.
Yeah, they'll probably do enough to. I mean, obviously, Vicarage Road, tight ground as well. Get fans back in next season, which is going to benefit
most of the
every
players
team.
from last season, which is also helpful. With the team and the squad, it's helpful to have the same players, so that's helpful as well.
So yeah, I'd say 16th, but they're definitely going to be in the relegation battle. What are we saying, Dave?
Guys. You know what? I totally agree with you. I like Watford. I think they've got some good players, and when they got relegated, not last year before, they managed to keep the main players like Sarr, and I think they're going to be better this time. And I look at their squad, and I don't think they're going to be world beaters, but I totally agree with you two. I don't think they're going to get relegated. I think relegation battle, yes, but not relegated for me.
So we all agree that Watford are going into the relegation battle zone. Yeah.
Yes, relegation battle zone.
Relegation battle zone.
And what's your position, Dave? What position did you go for? Did you go for 16th as well?
Yeah, I'll go for about 16th, 15th, 16th, around that. Right, next team, guys. This team surprised many last year, including Liverpool, but we won't mention that game.
Good old Villa. Go on then, Dad.
Right,
tell you what, Dave. You take this one away, mate. Take it away.
Right, okay. First of all, what I do want to say, and I've said this quite openly, big ups to Aston Villa. Last year, they beat Liverpool in that massive game, and I think a lot of people kind of stuck it to Liverpool, and rightly so, but they didn't give Villa the respect they deserved. And Villa, I watched that game, we got absolutely manhandled, and I don't think Villa got the respect that they deserve from that game. So big up Villa. They've lost Jack Grealish, but they've also gained 100 mil. Judging by Villa's transfers over the last couple of seasons, their business has been very, very good. And I do expect them to invest wisely. I don't think they're going to go out and get world beaters, but I think they're going to go get people that's going to improve the squad gradually. I honestly think top 10 for Villa. I'm thinking about 8th. I do think they're going to invest wisely.
Okay.
Danny boy, Lil Gaffer.
Big up the little Gaffer, lads. Big up the little Gaffer.
Big ups to Lil Gaffer.
Andy Sheba reckons Villa are going to go 12.
Andy says 12, by the way.
So that's a mid-table battle for them. Then what are you saying, Marcus?
On what Dave was saying about signings, laugh or hate me, lads, or what I want to say, but the signing of Leon Bailey, in my opinion, is the signing of the window for that price. I mean, for me, he plays in any big team. I think he's an I've got a soft spot for the Bundesliga. He can use both feet. He's got a great left foot, dribbling, head down, cross, skill, goals, assists. Danny Ings, proven goal scorer as well. That's a great sign for me. I'm expecting a big season. I'm expecting a very big season for Villa. And Dave touched on previous signings. In my opinion, they have the best goalkeeper in the Premier League in Martinez. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper.
Wow.
I think he's amazing.
Wow.
Big shout.
The line is speaking. The line's talking. No.
Wow. Just quickly, just to interfere with you, Bethan Thomas is coming. And I saw Bethan do a comment the other day. And in fact, Bethan did a post. And it's so nice to see women put posts on the Gaffer's Gaff.
Yeah.
So any woman out there, it's great the blokes making them, but to see the women doing it as well, big ups to Bethan. Any female that you know that loves football, get them involved because we love to hear that. We love to see their post. Sorry to cut you off.
That's Danny's missus.
Yeah, I know.
We know.
So I expect a good season for Villa. They've done. I don't think they'll miss. I don't think they'll miss Grealish. I think Bailey fits right in the left wing for me. I think Villa ninth. Villa ninth for me.
Villa ninth.
Sorry.
You said 8th. So a comment there saying, Marcus, I think this one might be for you, mate. Are you going to say that Martinez is over at Alisson?
Martinez kept the joint amount of clean sheets that season with that defence.
Can I play the clip? Can I play the clip for that statement? Am I allowed?
Nope.
I think you might be allowed.
I
say yeah. 2 against 1. Play it.
What a 42-carat plonker you really are!
That's why we love you, Marcus.
I just think that's just my opinion. Arsenal should have never sold
That's
him.
fine, mate.
No.
That's absolutely fine.
You know what? In all fairness,
I-
to Marcus, just quickly, Martinez has been fantastic. I mean, I'm not going to say he's the best in the Premier League, but Martinez. I mean, Arsenal must be kicking themselves having him. They're at the club for so long.
They sold him for
using
18 million. They sold him for 18 million, and now they want Ramsey for 35 million. Come on, mate.
Mhm. I mean, I think Villa. I've been having a bit of a chat with one of the Villa fans on our members saying I can't his name. Sorry, I forget your name.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
He's a big Villa fan. I make no qualms. I've always liked Villa. I just love the history of the club. I love the ground, iconic ground. Last season, you know, they fell away, finished 11th. So, but this season coming now, that's £100 million. They've got the £100 million in the back pocket.
Comment of the night.
What a comment!
Brilliant. So, yeah, I mean, they've got this £100 million in the back pocket. Now, the transfer window closes next Tuesday, I believe. I don't think any more business is going to be done by anybody, to be fair. I think there'll be a few bits and bobs, maybe a few free play. Nobody massive good in. Just got Danny Ings in. I think they're going to be there or thereabouts, and I think in January, if they're there and thereabouts, they're going to have £100 million to spend to strengthen if necessary. So I'm going to go for Aston Villa to possibly even push and finish in the Europa League place. I'm going to go Villa finishing at 7th.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Kenneth Bennett, great to see you commenting, my friend. Loving the comments. Don't forget, add your friends. If you've not got friends, go out, make some, add them to the group. Fantastic. And just a big quick thing on Marcus here. Marcus said about Martinez, and this is what this group's all about. I mean, we might have a laugh, we might make fun, we might think he's a wally, but at the end of the day, it's his opinion, and his opinion is respected by everyone, just as all of your opinions are. So
just to clarify there, guys, we've got a 7th, 8th, and a 9th for Villa, is that right?
7, yeah, I've all written down.
So we're saying basically Villa are going to be a mid-table kind of zone, possibly Europa.
Right, I think the next
mid-table. What class is mid-table?
I would say upper top half.
Above average.
Aston Villa.
That gets us out of trouble.
Yeah. And guys, all three of us think they'll be in the top half of the table as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've got the foundations in place.
They might go on a huge cup run. If they respect cups this season, they could go on a huge cup run as well.
Right, guys, are you ready for a debate?
Go for it.
Who's next then?
Oh. Am I going first in this one?
Yeah, go on, Martin.
We want to talk in turns then. Chelsea champions. Said it for a long, long time. Chelsea are going to win the league next season. They have got Romelu Lukaku coming back in. They've got Werner, and if he starts scoring along with Lukaku, they are going to be one team to watch. It's where they're going to play him and what formation is probably a bit tricky, but I don't think it'll take Tuchel long to work that out. They know how to hold a 1-0 lead. They've got, they've got foundations there. For me, they're champions. They're champions next season. I've said it. There you go. Hate it, but yeah, Chelsea. It's their turn again. Coming off the back of Europe as well, on a high. Everything's in place for
him. Okay, so I'm going to go next. I'm going to go Chelsea 4. I'll explain why. Every time Chelsea win they won Champions League 4 next season. Terrible start. I like Chelsea's front three. I think they're brilliant. Midfield, it's above average. It's a good midfield. The defence still worries me. Thiago Silva, yes, he was all right last year, but he is going to go downhill. Their defence for me is aging. I know you've got Reece James, you've got Chilwell, which didn't overly impress me last season. I think they're going to go into it a little bit overconfident. I think everyone's expecting them or Man City, from what I've heard. But I just think it's still a relatively new team. When you look at the teams like Man United, you look at Man City, you look at Liverpool, a lot of their players have had several years together, where Chelsea, they're still relatively new. They've only had roughly one season. And this is why I just think they're going to finish about 4th for me, Chelsea. And it might not be a popular opinion, but I still think they need time to gel, and I still think defensively they're a little bit suspect.
Marcus,
And another... Sorry,
go on. Carry on, Dave.
The one thing as well is all these Chelsea fans are they're absolutely buzzing about Lukaku. Now, Lukaku didn't... I mean, it was all right at Man U, but he didn't do amazing things. He didn't do amazing things at Chelsea. Yeah, all right, he went to Inter Milan and he did very, very well. But how many players do we know that's done really, really well in Italy and come over to the Premier League and not done well? I'm not saying he's a bad player, but what I am saying is it's not worked at Chelsea before. It didn't work at Man U before. He's only been at Inter for, a couple of seasons. I think Chelsea have paid way over the odds, to be honest.
He's got a £98 million transfer target on his back, hasn't he? End of the day. That's a huge price tag to put on him. He's going to be under pressure. Marcus, what are you saying, Chelsea?
I've said it for a long time as well. I'd said it even before Lukaku signed. Chelsea champions for me. I think if Timo starts to score, he won't stop scoring. I think I've said it loads of times, Martin, that if he starts scoring, he won't stop scoring. If they play 4-3-3 with Lukaku and Werner, I can see Werner going wide like he does for Germany most of the time. I can see Lukaku being the focal point up front. I think Mason Mount is back in great condition. He's a fantastic player. Jorginho, probably one of the best passers of the ball in the Premier League. They don't have an aging defence. I think Rudiger and Christensen are very good at the back. Cesar Azpilicueta has been one of the most consistent players for Chelsea in a long time. Kante will play 10 games on a Saturday.
Kante's a beast. He will
play 10 games on a Saturday. That man,
what a player.
Mendy looks like he's a quality keeper as well. It was a good signing. Fullback area is absolutely fine. Ziyech, Kai Havertz will have a big season this year. I think Kai Havertz will be very good this season. Pedro go for the season. I think he'll have a great season. So Chelsea champions, Marin, for me.
So we're all saying Chelsea guaranteed top 4. I've just seen there that Danny agrees top 4. I've just seen a comment there from Kenneth popping up saying they're going to defend the Champions League and finish top 2.
That's a shout. Big shout. Get
to
down
defend
to
the Champions
Ladbrokes.
League. Wow.
Whack your bet on. Andy Davis and Lukaku. Andy Davis, hello Andy. Great to have you with us tonight. In Lukaku's defence, he didn't set the transfer value. Greedy owners do that. Yeah, it's a great point. It's a
good point. It is a good point. However, he didn't set the transfer target, but he's got that pressure of having £98 million on his back.
In fact, Andy, for that point, Andy, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. So we nailed on the top 4 for Chelsea. 2 of us say champions. Dave, you're a non-mover at number 4.
Ooh, thinking 5th.
5th. Ooh.
Just a few comments coming through here. Lukaku's a very capable player. Wish my team were even looking at players like him. But we've had a very poor transfer window, in my opinion.
Who's your team?
I've got a feeling there's a Liverpool fan,
Let us know your team, Andy. Let us know your team. Be interesting to see who you support.
Who's next up, guys? Palace. Right, now, before we start, can I make a point here? I just want to start this. I was walking to work earlier, and for some reason, something came in my head because I was thinking about tonight's show. Crystal Palace, I think, may have a big part to play in Arsenal's season. And you're all going to be wondering, well, how is that?
Thinking because you're thinking Vieira's going to get the boot and go to Arsenal.
If Palace start well and Arsenal do not,
there could be a switch in managers.
Let's be honest, Vieira's a bigger legend than Arteta. And all I'm saying is, this is my prediction. Palace is going to start well. Arteta's going to start pretty much how his entire managerial career has gone so far. And Vieira will be Arsenal manager by December.
So what are you saying they're going to be then, Dave? Where are they going to be, Palace? Where are they going to finish? Are they going to be relegation battle? They're going to be relegated?
I still think they're going to sign players. Well, they have to. They've literally got no one. I don't think they're going down now. I reckon about 15th, but I do think they're either going to have a great start or they're going to have a horrendous start. It's going to be one or the other. It's not going to be average. It's not going to be one draw there, one win there, one loss there, one loss, one win. It's going to be really good or it's going to be really bad.
Okay.
And that's my opinion on Palace. But I think about 15th.
I'm going to completely disagree with you. They're going down. They are getting relegated. They're going to finish 18th. They're going. They're not good enough. They've not got a good squad. They've got an untested manager who, if he turns out to be half the manager as a player, they'll be fine. But if, like you said, Dave, if they do get a good run of games, this could be a stepping stone for him to move to Arsenal. But I just can't see him lasting the season. I think Palace will panic, pull the trigger, and he'll be gone. I'm going 18th relegated.
Ooh.
Sorry, Palace fans.
Marcus.
Well, for ages and ages, I held them down to go down. But I did say last week that I retracted my comment, and I think they'll stay up. They're going to be in a battle as well. I think they'll stay up. I think they'll finish 17th. I think they'll just stay up. They don't have a good squad. The players that Vieira's brought in are really good players. Obviously, I don't think the Premier League proven, but they're good players. I think they'll just stay up, and I think Vieira will last the full season as well.
Okay, so we're going to put them in the relegation battle zone then.
Yeah, 17th for Palace.
I saw see the pop comment there from Beth in there. She's saying 10th, possibly high as 10th. That's a good shout for Palace. And Andy Davis, you are right. They are a boggy team to a lot of teams,
especially Liverpool.
When the play, shut up, Marcus. We don't want to discuss that.
Marcus, because of that comment,
gets another one.
Right, Marcus, you've had shut up, you plonker. Because of that comment about Liverpool, right there, this is for you.
Agnes. Oh, shut up, you tart.
I thought I was getting the thumbs up.
No, not for that. Not for that. What, we're two Liverpool fans on? Are you kidding?
3-0 up, man. You do 3 all. Come on.
All right. So the next team, guys. Yeah,
I think we can all agree on that. There'll be definitely in a battle. Anyway,
Manchester
Go
City.
on, Martin. We might as well start with you.
All right. Okay. Third.
What?
Third. Now.
Wow.
Third, for the simple reason is they are going to be, for me, Pep wants the Champions League. Simple as. And for me, he's going to be fully focused on that. And I believe the league last season, they won it. It's, a bit of a cancer, but come towards the end of the season, people find them out. They were losing a few games. They are beatable. And I believe that they are going to go all out for that Champions League and they will take their eye off the ball. And this time, there won't be that cushion to fall back on. This time, if they take their eye off the ball, there are going to be other teams snapping right at them. And I think they're going to finish third. And I don't think they're going to win the Champions League either. And I think, and this is going to be massively controversial, if they get nothing next season, Pep's a goner.
Ooh.
So I'm getting third to Manchester City. Nailed on top four, though.
So big comment here. Sorry, we've not been reading comments. I believe they're going to have the worst season in 10 years. That's a big shout. Danny Higgins and second. Kenneth, 3 Liverpool fans. No, we've got 2 Liverpool fans and a sheep.
And a Derby fan.
And a Derby fan.
For seeing sheep, you should give yourself a plonker because we're the Rams, actually.
The Rams, sorry. Too much competition for players that are already suitable for respective positions. Good
Correct.
Point. Manchester City will probably win it, to be honest. Right, I'll go. I think Man City are going to win it. I completely agree with Andy. I just think that I don't think they needed Grealish. I think it was it wouldn't have been the signing I'd have made. I'd have sooner have gone for Kane than Grealish. Just the pure fact is, Aguero's gone. They needed someone central. I don't think Jesus is Man City level. I think Jesus is more of a Roma type level. And I think unless they replace him, because to be honest, their front three of, I mean, I'm presuming it's going to be Jesus, Sterling, Grealish, although, Sterling and Grealish tend to play on the same side mostly, or have done. I do think they're going to possibly lack that little bit of pace as well at the top, because Jesus isn't rapid, Sterling is, we all know that, and Grealish isn't ridiculously quick, and I think they will struggle. But I mean, I saw a picture earlier of the Man City's first team and their second team. To be honest, the second team could push top three, and for that reason, pure squad depth, I think they will win it.
Marcus?
I agree with you, Martin. I think third as well. They don't have a plan B. They play the same formation week in, week out. They play false nine, or they play Jesus up front. I don't think Jesus is good enough, to be honest. The play they forgot to mention, Dave, is Mahrez. I think Mahrez starts all day long for me. Because he's predominantly on the right and he cuts on his left foot. I think Mahrez will have a good season as well. And I also agree with Martin as well on them going all out for the Champions League, but I disagree with them. I think they'll win the Champions League.
You think?
I think if the final, I don't know. I know. If the final is Man City,
sorry, go on, Marcus.
I was just going to say, if the final is Man City PSG, that's going to be one hell of a final.
I mean, I'm going to be honest here. Here at the Gaffas Gaff, we try to be as neutral as possible. But regarding Man City winning Champions League final, I really hope they don't.
The thing I think Man City have got the problem is they've just bought a Grealish for £100 million. Now, they're not going to sit him on the bench. So who's going to get fed up and think, well, he's taking my position? I think there's going to be a few issues at Man City with a few egos coming in.
I think Grealish should be in the midfield three rather than the front three.
But who's he take his place from?
Yeah. I think he'll go De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Grealish in the midfield three.
I think they'll drop Gundogan and put Rodri in. They need that defensive.
Gundogan behind Diaz were the best two players in the Premier League that season. You're not dropping Gundogan. I think he's a fantastic player.
Gundogan is a tough one thing to drop him, definitely. Okay, so we've gone nailed on top four possible champions from Dave there. Okay, moving on.
Next team. Go on in, Marcus.
And I'll be a busy bee and get this one. I put on the nickname.
You did that.
I put on the nickname. Kind of like what I said about Palace, about them going to stay up and then going down. I did the same with Brentford. I believe they're going to get relegated now. I did think they'd stay up, but I've seen one of their friendlies and I just realised that two of their players left on a free transfer, and actually one's playing for Bournemouth now. I'm not sure where the other one's gone. They haven't really signed anyone of note. I don't think they'll have enough to stay up now. I think their squad is small enough. I think they'll finish 19th. But I'd like to say I want them to stay up because they're new. This is their first season in the Premier League. Their first home game against Arsenal. Their team is going to be absolutely buzzing. Another one of the bees.
Another one there. He's on it, isn't he? He's on it.
No, 19 for me. But I really hope they stay up.
All right. Well, I'll go. Danny's saying they're going to be a relegation battle, but they're going to stay up. As much as everyone wants Brentford to stay up because they are the newbies and all that malarkey, I'm sorry, Brentford, but you are going to finish rock bottom. I think coming up to the Premiership, you're going to have it. Of course, you're going to win a few games. I'm not going to mention record lowest points because Marcus gets upset. But Brentford, you're going to finish bottom. It's going to be a massive wake-up call for them. They'll probably beat the teams around them, but the big boys will probably give them a good kick in. If they get off to a bad start, which they could against Arsenal, it could just get worse and worse from there on. So, unfortunately, 20th relegated.
A lot of comments here. Kenneth, top 10, just simple fact of the hunger they have shown and the quality. Even Tony is a goal.
Top 10 is a massive show.
Danny, They are hungry and they are dreaming big. Watch this space. Another one sounds crazy, but I'm sticking with top 10. Then
No,
again,
fair play.
can't wait for them
Fair
not
play,
to
guys.
finish bottom. You know what? I think Brentford, we spoke about it before, how I can't remember so many people wanting a certain team to win a playoff final, which was Brentford. And I think I can't think of any fans that didn't want Brentford to go up other than the team that battered. But there's a difference between fairy tale and reality. And for me, I totally agree with Martin. I just think this is the Premier League. It's a complete different step up. I think they will probably get relegated, but I think they will come back up in the future and give it a stronger going. But this is a step up, and it's not something they're going to be used to.
Are you rock bottom as well, Dave? Are you rock bottom as well?
I'm going to put them second bottom.
Okay. 19th. They could become a yo-yo team for a few years and get stabilised. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Who's up next, Dave?
So up next we have got
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Started off then, Dave. Go on.
Oh, okay. Now, first things first, I think Nuno's a lot better than people have been giving him credit for. I think probably within about 10 years, Tottenham will have a full Portugal 11. But in all seriousness, I think they're going to do all right this year. I reckon they will finish probably about 6th. I would possibly go. Yeah, I'll go 6th. I think. And even if Harry Kane does go, I don't think it's the worst case scenario. I mean, let's be honest. Everton, they didn't think Everton would do well when Rooney left, and they went on to do better things. People said that about Gerrard at Liverpool. Once Gerrard goes, they ain't going to. We went on to win the Premier League. I'm not saying that that's because of the players, but sometimes they need the talisman to go to create a new identity. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't, but sometimes it does. And I honestly think if Harry Kane went, if Tottenham did some business in the transfer, a lot better than what they did Gareth Bale, because that was dreadful, I actually think they'll be all right. I think about 6th.
Okay. By the way, if anyone makes a comment that I've got a cock on my head, not my fault. Bad positioning, that is. It's bad positioning. I'm going to go for Tottenham finishing one worse than last season. I think they're going to go 8th. I don't think Harry Kane is going to go anywhere now. It's too late now. Man City have got their players in place. Nobody else can afford him. It's all gone a bit quiet on that front, so I think Kane will stay. And I think he'll have a pretty good season. Him and Son again will have a decent season. And like you said, Dave, Nuno is what he did at Wolves was fantastic for Wolves. This is like another little bit of a step for his managerial career. But I just think that they're a mid-table team now. They're not might have a run in a cup, but I'm going finishing 8th.
I do apologise for not bringing these comments up, guys. I've just had a message. I'll show you guys later.
Marcus, what do you think?
Sorry.
So just reading these out, I didn't get a chance to do it. I watched Brentford a few times last season on Gogglebox. They are a watchable team, but this is a leap too far for them. I just hope they enjoy themselves and the time they get in the top flight.
That gets a thumbs up. That gets a thumbs up. That's excellent.
Yeah, thumbs up.
I like that.
Good comment.
Because they're kind of like Blackpool. When Blackpool win the Premier League, they're the most exciting team to watch. 4-4-2.
There we go. Thumbs up.
Kenny Thurston play attractive football.
Do you guys remember Blackpool in the Premier League where they play 4 strikers every game?
Anyway, 6 for Spurs. Bethan says 8.
They play attractive football. However, it's one thing playing attractive football in the Championship and playing it against the elite. They'll soon come unstuck. Anyway, Marcus, go for it with Spurs.
Martin, I think you're copying me, by the way, because I've gone for 8 as well. I don't think they're going to improve on last season. I do think Keane will still go. I think he'll leave still. Whether it's next week or in January, that can be good for the squad, lads. But I look at some positions. Alderweireld being sold, lads, will be a massive loss in my opinion. I know they got this guy. Who did they get? The guy centre back, Romero from Atalanta. He's new to the Premiership, guys. So that's what I'm saying. I think eighth place. I think eighth place, but no respect. Very good manager, and he deserves.
They've got that conference. Don't forget as well, Spurs have got that Conference League to deal with as well. I don't know how games are in that, but they've got that as well to cope with.
They won't. There'll be nowhere near a relegation battle, and there'll be nowhere near York, but they'll be in the top
mid-table zone.
Eight for me.
Mid-table zone.
Yeah, 8 for me. Who's next?
Okay, next one. Who's up next?
Did we have Martin? Did you say what you thought about Spurs?
Yeah. 8th.
All right.
8th as well.
8th. One worse than last season. Okay. Newcastle.
Newcastle, Pet.
When I go this one, I see this one.
Go on then, Marcus. Kick us off.
This is probably the only one that me and Martin are probably going to disagree on, I think. Because I know what Martin's going to say for this one. I know what Martin's going to say, but I'll go for this one. I think Newcastle will be all right, actually, to be honest. C. Bruce was in a bad place last year, but they strung some great results together last season. I think if they do get that Willock signing over the line, he was on loan last season, had a fantastic season. That'd be a great addition to the squad. I think they'll be okay. Were they 12th last season, Martin? Yeah, would they finish 12th?
Newcastle finished 12th indeed. They did.
Yeah, I'm
45 points. 45 points.
I'm going for 12th again. So that's me. 12th, me. There won't be anyone near the relegation.
Dave, Newcastle.
Right. I think they're going to be all right, Newcastle. There is one thing that surprised me actually about Newcastle this transfer window very quickly. Everyone talks about players and going where and where. Alan Saint-Maximin, what a player. How has he not been linked to anyone? And I think as long as he stays at Newcastle, I think Newcastle have got a shout. I mean, I'm looking at the Newcastle starting 11. It's not a bad 11. It's not the worst 11 in the Premier League. I think they'll stay up. I think probably they'll finish relegation battle, but relegation survivors.
So are you going for 17th or 18th? Sorry, 17th or 14th? Because you've got 15th and 16th done already.
The lower one.
17th?
Yeah.
Okay. Martin?
Relegated, 19th. Their time is up. Their times they've got an absolutely appalling owner. And while he's in charge of that club, they're going nowhere. And I love Newcastle. I think the fans are fantastic. But their times are 45 points last season and finishing 12th. You look at the teams around them that were near them, your Villas, your Wolves, your Southamptons and all that were near them. I think they're a better place to stay up. And I think Newcastle will get into that scrap again. And I think this time it's a step too far. And, yeah, shame really. But I think they probably need to go down in order to move forward. Because if they go down, then Mike Ashley will be in massive, massive problems with the fans. Not that he already is. And Newcastle got the fans back next season. And they already hate him. Anyway. So, the fans are back. They're in a bad run. Yeah, I'm sorry, Newcastle.
I'm slightly confused about this comment.
8th to 14th for Geordies. Okay.
Well, I said 12, right? I said 12. I said 12.
There we go.
So you two are saying the overall majority are saying that they're going to finish mid-table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have a relegation and his battle. Oh, Marius, I think you should take this one.
Good team, this one. Very good team.
Is it me going?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to keep me.
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to keep me. I'm trying to be unbiased as I possibly can. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan. But I have got us down for second this season. For the simple reason is I'm not very happy with the transfer market. We've bought basically nobody, apart from that Canate, who's had a good pre-season. I'll give him that. However, we do have A lot of players coming back injured. So it's almost like our squad is getting back together again for a long, long time. Now, last season, we finished, 17 points behind Man City, but we lost 6 games at home. That will not happen again this season. Our defence will get shored up again with the return of Van Dijk. Yes, I do think that these players need to be slowly brought back in. But at the end of last season, Liverpool won 5 on the bounce. There was only them and Arsenal that managed to do that. 5 on the bounce. They were showing signs of the second defence gelling. Now, if we can have a second defence gelling, we can afford then to possibly rest Virgil van Dijk and Gomez and Matip and not overplay him. Pity about Robinson getting injured, but we've got that Simicast now coming. He's a left back.
He's decent.
In the world. Yeah, apparently, yeah. So I
watched him.
I'm going
at
second,
Olympiacos.
and I'm going for a domestic cup. And I want the FA Cup if I had to pick. But second for me. Andy Davis, second at a cancer. Ooh.
It's a me, lads, isn't it?
Yeah, take it away, Marcus. You go.
I think Liverpool will have a good season as well. You touched on it already, Martin. They haven't signed anyone. Barcanate. The boys are back, but I wouldn't say they're match fit just yet. I've gone for 4th. I still think they'll make the Champions League. I agree with you again, Martin. I think they'll win 1 cup this season. They'll have silverware anyway. 4th for me anyway.
Kenneth is a Liverpool fan, seeing as he's shouting them up that we're gonna walk.
Jesus Christ!
Fair play. So Marcus, you're going 4th and a cup, Dave.
Right. First of all,
by the way, before Dave, sorry, can I just do it, Dave? Before we go any further. This guy, by the way, I used to work with him. He is so doom and gloom for Liverpool. It's unbelievable. I tell you now, Liverpool could play Tranmere and you think Tranmere will get a draw. Go for it, Dave.
Oh, you evil.
Relegated.
Right, okay, so we'll start with a negative first. I don't agree we're going to go on a cup run unless it's Champions League. Klopp's never really bothered about FA Cup. I don't think he's ever bothered about the Carabao Cup or Coca-Cola Cup or Worthington Cup or whatever it's going to be called this year. But regarding, I think we might go on a run in the Champions League. I think that Premier League-wise, I think we're going to be about, it's a tricky one. 3rd or 2nd, I've not made my mind up. The thing with Liverpool is we still don't know what would happen if Salah gets injured or Mane gets injured or Firmino gets injured. We know what's happened when the back four gets injured, but we've still not got a class replacement for one of those front 3. And every year...
Diego Jota.
Oh, yeah, Diego Jota.
He was on fire, mate. He was on fire.
Minamino looks in pre-season.
Minamino's had a great pre-season.
Yeah, but pre-season and in the thing, it's different. Jota's great, don't get me wrong. Love Jota. Jota's fantastic. But it does concern me, the lack of depth in the front 3. I don't class Minamino. He's all right, but he's all right for Southampton. He's all right for West Ham. Not for Liverpool, for me.
You're saying we're going to finish where then?
I think we'll finish about 3rd or 2nd. I think the defence, great sign with Canute. Midfield, we need someone else in that midfield, and I think we need to sign in for an attack.
You going for 2nd or 3rd, James? I can write it down.
I'm going to go 2nd.
Okay.
But I hope we win. We've got a comment from YouTube from some guy with a hair by the looks of it. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. It's a guy in a mask and a pair. Hello, Mr. Guy in a mask and a pair. Kenneth Bennett, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Liverpool Football Club, we're going to win the league. Because Kenneth,
I hope you are right. I hope you are right.
2 out of 10 for your singing, Dave.
What's that?
2 out of 10 for your singing.
2 out of 10 for my singing. My singing is beautiful.
That was Brody Royce.
Anyway, move on. Move along. Let's get off Liverpool. Move along.
By the way, guys, just before we carry on, now you see us three on these lives every week. You also see Little Gaffer. If you, the members, want to come on a live, please feel free to message either myself, Uncle Gaffer, Irish Gaffer. You can say it in the comments, or you can just say admin in the comments. We will see. If you want to come on a show, guys, we would love to have you here with us.
We've got some good shows coming up, guys. We've got some good shows coming up. We'd love to have you involved.
Paralympic special next week.
Wrestling coming up.
After,
a wrestling special coming up.
What?
Wrestling special coming up.
Yeah, and guys, any sports movie fans, keep your eye out. We've got the most exciting show ever.
And
anyway,
also, guys, we are not just football solely. Obviously, we are heavily football. But if you want to come and talk about any sport you like, come on, take the show. It's yours. Manchester United. Who's starting this one off?
I'll go.
Go on then.
I think the problem with Ollie is he doesn't want to win a trophy for some reason. They were very unlucky in the Europa League last season. There's progress being made every year. He's made some really good signings this window. I believe Sancho will be okay. Varane's a very good signing too. I think he'll finally get a trophy this season, but it won't be the Premier League. I think they'll win the Carabao or the FA Cup. But I also think they'll finish second in the Premiership. So second for Man United.
Okay. Dave, we've got a comment there from Andy and from Danny. Danny saying, I think Danny said top.
So we've got third. We've got fifth. We've got third. Right. I don't want to be, because I know a lot of Man U fans on here, well, not here, but in different groups, etc., say that I'm very anti-United. That is very true. But I just want to talk about the Jadon Sancho thing. This guy, I think, is for the future, but I don't think he's going to have the impact that Man U fans think he will have this season. He didn't play for England much in the Euros. I think that it's going to take time for him to settle, and I just think I think he'll finish third. I think he'll have a good season. Don't get me wrong. As long as Fernandes stays fit, and I think if things work for Man U and things go their way, I think they'll have a good season. I really do. And to be honest, I think Ollie's doing a good job. I know he gets a lot of slack, and a lot of people, we've had comments here. Ollie's at the wheel, but come on, let's give him a little bit of respect. He's not done a bad job, to be fair to him. So I think third, and it'll be a steady third.
I'm going to go one less. I'm going to go fourth. They're going to be nailed on top four. Ollie has got them going in the right direction. He has got the club's best interests at heart. It seems to have all calmed down with the owners. They're getting a bit more relationship going with the owners, which can only be good for them. They made two very, very good signings. I can't agree with you, though, Dave. Sancho he's going to have a good season, but it'll be the season after for Sancho, I think, where he'll come good. So, yeah, I think you're going to slip down a couple of places and finish fourth next season. But I can see him winning a trophy somewhere. I can see him get a sneaky cup in there, like you said, possibly a domestic cup.
Look what I got here.
But I'm going for fourth Man United.
Maren, just so you know, the three of us have agreed on the same top four.
What's that, sorry?
Yes, the team
The three have the same, but they're all in different order. They're in a completely different order. We've agreed on the same top four.
So we have our top four then. So we have our top four teams, which I believe are Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and Chelsea. So there's your top four guys in some kind of order.
Right, next team. So I'm just looking at the time. We're on 50 minutes already. Norwich relegated, done, bottom.
Norwich relegated, done, bottom.
Yeah, me is it?
Bottom.
Martin, it's you because it's on you. It's on you.
Norwich. Premier League, they know what it's all about. They're going to struggle. Relegation battle, not relegated. 16th.
Martin, you have Watford. You have Watford in 16th.
Have I got Watford in 16th? I beg your pardon. You're right. I have. In that case, we will go.
17th.
I think 17th. Yeah, my bad.
Hey, no problems. I'm
I've
writing
even made a
them
note
down.
of it here.
I'm writing them down, so don't worry.
Yeah, 17th.
I completely agree with Dave. Rock bottom.
Oh.
Rock bottom for me. Yeah, they're the biggest yo-yo club in the league. So they're going down for me. Sorry, Norwich fans, if you're watching, but I don't think
Have
you'll
you
see
seen
it.
relegated?
And Buendia, lads, is a massive loss. That the guy that Villa signed, massive loss.
So Everton next.
Right, so we've got Everton. Martin, interesting one.
Everton are a mid-table team, and they will remain a mid-table team. Rafa Benitez going in there. If they have a bad run of games, he's gone. Simple as. No doubt about it. The Everton fans will turn him. But I think Everton are a mid-table team now. They're nothing special. They're not moving anywhere. So I'm going to stick where they were last season. They finished 10th last season, and I can't see him doing any better.
I agree with Martin. I just think Everton they'll either start really well and then lose points, or they will start really badly but then gain points. Everton's Everton. It's the same thing every year. Mid-table, but lower mid-table, probably about 11th.
Okay.
What do you reckon, Marcus?
I've also written down 10th as well. But I think you're going to reach at least a semi-final, reach a semi-final, because I love Rafa. I think he's a very underrated manager. Anywhere he's gone, he's won something. And I know Real Madrid was a rush job, but I think he's a fantastic manager. He was badly treated at Newcastle, badly treated at Real Madrid. Well, he won 2 La Ligas with Valencia back to back, and everyone forgets that. I think he's won the Champions League and he's won the Euro. Anyways, that's enough about Rafa.
Sorry. Southampton. I think relegation battle.
Well, Dave, you only have 13th or 18th available. So you think relegation or 13th?
13th.
Martin, is you?
Yeah, I can go. I think they're going to end up probably roughly where they were last season. So looking at who I've got left to slot them in there, probably around about 14th mark. They finished 15th last season. So I'd say they're going to be there or thereabouts again.
So 14th, yeah.
Lost Danny Ings. That's a big blow to him. I think they replaced him, but losing Danny Ings, it's going to get you a few goals. I think they're going to go 14th. They'll stay roughly mid-table.
I completely agree with both of you guys, mid-table, but one place lower, I think 15th.
Yeah, Andy Davis says, pays me to say, but they'll probably surprise a few teams. The script is written. Right, next team, Brighton. For me, it depends if they can keep hold of... I can never remember his name. What is his name? Basuma. I think without Basuma, if he goes, I think they will be my 17th team.
Your 17th team is Newcastle.
The one below that.
Relegation, so 18th.
I think they'll get relegated.
Okay. I think they'll have a good season. I like the way Graham Potter plays football. 14th for me.
I think they're going to struggle. I think they've been in the they've been up here a few times now. I think they're going to struggle. The teams coming up could take one or two of them. I'm going for relegated in 18th.
You have Palace in 18th.
Have I got Palace in 18th?
Your relegation place has already been picked.
Okay. Okay.
So you have 15th, 13th.
This is true.
Palace, Newcastle, and Brentford for relegation.
15th then. Okay. 15th then, we'll go with that.
All right, next team. Interesting one, this one. Oh, I don't think they'll do as well as last season. I genuinely don't. We've seen it before. We've seen it with Hull. We've seen it with Ipswich. We've seen it with Sheffield United last year before. I genuinely think that Leeds. What positions have I got left? They're low, ain't they?
You have
I've got
5th, 7th, 9th, 10th, 12th, and 13th.
13th for Leeds for me.
Martin?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing for Leeds next season is they've got the crowd back at Ellen Road, and that place is intimidating. The crowd's going to be bumping, so I think they'll get off to a decent start once they get the home games. They're not got the best of starts at Man United. If they can get anything out of that game, fair play to him. But Leeds, I think, they're going mid-table. What slots have I got left there, Marcus?
You have left 5th, 6th, 9th, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
So what we're going to do,
11th.
guys?
I think
what we're going to
11th.
do, because there's spots going. I think we should just say roughly, even if we've already had that position, we'll say roughly around that area.
I'm writing the table down, Dave.
Because anyway, we've gone to the comment. Going for 10th to 14th group for Leeds again. Very capable team on their day. I totally agree. Right.
Mid-table.
Next one. I've got a feeling this could cause a little bit.
I didn't see where Leeds were going to finish.
Oh, sorry. Go
on. My surprise team of the season, lads. They were top of the table after that last 15 games last season. We know the results. They beat Man City with 10 men. I think Leeds finished 6th.
Whoa. Look at the serious look on his face.
I think Leeds finished 6th, lads. I think they have a big season. I think they have a big season coming up. I think Leeds United fans get excited because I think it will be your big season the season after. Look forward to seeing you in the Europa League in the following season. So, well done. They deserve to be able to get it. And Bielsa's a genius.
Next one, guys.
So next one is Arsenal. Let's start off with Martin.
Right. To be honest, guys, I think that Arsenal will be either 5th or 6th. And I think I'm going to put them at 6th. Again, towards the end of last season, they didn't lose for 5 games on the bounce. It'll all depend on how they start off with Arteta and if you can get them playing together or not. But I'm just thinking Arsenal are starting to show signs again of possibly coming back. So I think I'm going to put them down as 6th. Then we'll go for 6th.
Okay, yeah.
With Arsenal, for me, you know what? I can't see him improving. I'm looking at the team. All right. They've got some young lads. You got the Emile Hughes, whatever his name is. You've got Saka, which I think is a phenomenal player. I'd love to see him at Liverpool. But at the same time, I look at their main players, which are Aubameyang, Lacazette. They're aging. Aubameyang didn't look anywhere near the player that he did seasons before, last season. Same with Lacazette. And I can't see him scoring that many. The defence still hasn't been sorted for me. I mean, there's players on about leaving left, right and centre. Bellerin. I can't see Arsenal improving. And I'm looking at the teams, what we've mentioned before, we've talked about. Aston Villa, for me, I've got a better starting 11 than Arsenal. And I might be laughed at with that. But I'm looking at the age of the Villa squad, where they finished last season. And one team is progressing. I mean, you look at Leicester versus Arsenal now. If I said to you 10 years ago, Leicester are going to be a better side than Arsenal, you'd think I was on something. But Arsenal are declining at a time where multiple teams are improving, and that is a dangerous thing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And this ain't over 1 year. This has been over a couple of years.
Or 12th.
I think lower mid-table. I think bottom half.
12th?
I'm not giving numbers anymore. I'm just bottom half.
But I'm writing it down, Dave. I'm actually writing it down.
We'll go 12, but honestly, bottom half for me. I'm not given positions. But
I think when
bottom
this video's finished, we need to work out what zones we put people in and do it that kind of way rather than actually giving it a final
a few
league
minutes
table.
after, lads, I'll breeze through my one here. Arsenal 7th for me. 7th.
Oh, sorry.
7th for me.
Martin.
I've said 6th.
6th. Mine says 6th.
I said 6th. Yeah, we'll go 6th.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, guys, we're not going to reveal any more positions. We'll put the tables up after the show, so it'll be a surprise. You guys can vote on which you want. And obviously, you can put your own in, which would be fantastic to see. Right, next one. We know we've got a fair few. Big shout out to Andy, a member of ours. He's obviously a big Leicester fan. Danny, big Leicester fan, fellow admin. Martin, Uncle Gaffer, massive Leicester fan.
Live next door to one.
Let's start with you, Martin. Go on.
They're gonna not go into the top 4. Well, for me, because I've already got my top 4 on there. You're gonna have a good season, I think. And I said it, and I'm going to put it out there. The Europa League is going to be their focus, and that's where they're going to sneak in through the back door. I think Leicester are going to win the Europa League, but finish 5th.
Okay.
Well, they'll have a good season. They're going to have a good season again.
Go on, and Marcus.
Leicester 5th.
Yeah, I think Leicester will have another good season. I think they probably won't be as close to the top 4 as they were last season or the season before. But they've got a young squad, and I think they've got a lot of time on their hands. And I think they've just got to be patient. Europa League, yeah. I think they'll just miss out on top 5 again. Top 4, sorry. They'll miss out. But
there's 14 left. There's 14 left on my list now. Sorry. There's 14 left. That's right. So can
you've got left 3. I've got
4
3 teams left.
4.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I've only got
board now.
3. I can only count 3.
Okay. Wolves 13th. Wolves 13th.
Yeah, mid-table for Wolves. I think they'll be okay. Jimenez is back. Big loss to them last season. They didn't look the same.
I'm going to swap the remaining 3 teams, what I've got left, all into mid-table. Wolves being one of them. I can't see him pulling up any. I can't see him doing much next season. Just finishing mid-table and just plodding through. Maybe have a bit of a cup run, but not win nothing.
So the next Marcus. Oh yeah, he's the judge. Burnley, good old Burnley.
Sorry, Brody fans, you're relegated. 18th.
Ooh, Martin.
Obviously the most last seasons are going down, but I think there's worse teams around them, and I think they'll just scrape it through again. They're going mid-table. They're going mid again.
Lads, I have to go, lads. I have to go. I'm really sorry. My lift is getting impatient. I'm sorry. I have to go. Sorry.
All right, Marcus.
All right, mate. See you in a bit. Bye.
We've only got one team left anyway.
Yeah, I think Burnley, they know how to grind a result out when they need to, don't they? They know if they need a draw, they know how to hold a lead quite well against teams around them.
Yeah, and again, I think that'll be right. Turf Moor again, it's one of them small stadiums to get the fans back in. Fans are going to make a huge difference next season to teams like this. To teams like your Burnleys and your Wolves are going to make a difference. So Burnley, mid-table.
And credit to Sean Dyche, because his budget is roughly about the same amount as my daughter gets pocket money.
Yeah,
it's non-existent.
It's non-existent, is it?
And the last team, credit where credit's due. David Moyes, fantastic job last season.
Yeah,
but I think mid-table.
I think they're going to go mid-table, but they have got the Europa League to concentrate on as well. And I think they'll give it a decent run. And it'll do them well to get into Europe, to get a bit of experience. But that's going to come at a cost because there's a lot of games involved in that Europa League, and it will come at a cost. So they're just going to finish again, kind of a mid-table position. But they'll slip down a few paces from last season, but not going to get relegated. Nowhere near it. David Moyes in charge. Yeah, mid-table there. Mid-table.
And that's your lot, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, we've got a lot of shows coming up. Please, add all of your friends. It helps us so much.
Yes,
we've got next week. We've got a very special with Little Gaffer. It's a Paralympic special. It'll be myself and
Is that not
Uncle
2 weeks,
Gaffer.
Dave? Is that not 2 weeks?
No, it's next week.
24th? That's not next week.
Is it not? All right,
No,
then next week
Next week we've
might
got
be
the
movie one.
sporting movies. The Paralympic one is going to be thrown in extra special for the Paralympics.
Yeah.
It's not part of our
No, it's
season
not.
as such.
Not part of the
So
season.
next week we do have sporting movies. Going to be a bit of fun. Anything you want, anything from Escape to Victory to Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Get some comments put on the pages, guys.
Gilmore.
Get them in there, guys. What we'll try and do is we'll try and narrow down a few we can talk about. Otherwise, we will literally be there all night. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Please like and share away. Your comments have been fantastic. And nice to see a few new names on board there as well. What we're going to try and do as well is we'll try and get this league. We kind of went a little bit off topic, a little bit going 1, 2, 3, 4. What we'll try and do is we'll try and get it so we know top 4 zone, Europa League zone, mid-table relegation zone, and thinking not in any. We've got our own 1 to 20s, but that's not necessarily what we wanted to kind of do. We wanted to get more into zones, so you know where you can agree or disagree, and you can change people around. We'll try
So
and get that
basically, Marcus, for your 1 to 20, this is what you get.
What a 42-carat plonker you really are!
I think it was just for Marcus's benefit, so he can either brag at the end of the season. But let's put it this way, he's put people there.
I mean, they're already coming in.
They're already coming in, aren't they?
Cool runnings already coming in. Guys, join us for this show. Come on the show. It'll be great.
And if you want to join us, please, like Dave said earlier, drop one of us a line. Just put it on the page. One of us will pick it up. You're more than welcome to come. Even if it's 10 minutes, you can do 10 minutes. Next week's just going to be a laugh, just discussing things, chuck names in everywhere you want.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. It's been a great show. Have a good evening.